Coming up on this program, we show you how to get connected. Find out how to choose an internet service provider. Discover the newest form of communication, electronic mail.
Always down and ready to ride. One by one, billion by billion, and holding up half the sky. Raise your hand if you're ready and willing. If you know it's time. Time for a girl on time. Time for a girl on time. Time for Hello, hello, hello. We're live. I hope that redirect worked. Christy's here. I hope we have been doing pretty good. Christy, thanks for checking in. We just had a premiere that we may watch at the end of this live later, depending on how I feel. What is the disclaimer that I'm going to say? Oh, I did work very hard yet again today. I have 3 videos to post. One of them is already posted. Like I said, we just did a premiere. The 2 of them we're going to watch here, and then after the place a click through, not a redirect. Sure. Whatever. After I'm done live, I'll make them live because they are finished being edited and raring to go. But we're gonna watch them first here. So if you are all pissy about hearing my voice or seeing me in these videos, well, you're gonna have to wait about an hour. And yeah, come back in an hour. And they'll probably be posted. Maybe more than an hour, to be frank with you, because these are some pretty bomb-ass cases, and I'm probably going to pause them a bunch to talk about it. Anyways, I hope that everybody's doing well today. If you have already had dinner, tell me what you had for dinner. If you didn't like what you had for dinner, tell me what you wish you had for dinner. I have not had dinner yet. I wish I was having... if I could have anything I want. Hi, tons of fun carving. I'm glad you caught us too. You're pissy about so many things, but I'm not one of them. That's good. What if I could have, like, smash burgers would be good. 2 little smash burgers and a salad. What could I have? I don't think, no. Oh, that sounds good. These all sound good, but they are not what I want. When you're an adult, you're allowed to do that. Shirtless dad having a little Debbie cake and a Mountain Dew. Very American. Very American of you. I will say... I've tried Mountain Dew now, and also, but never a little Debbie cake. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's some sort of, like, maybe gas station product sold in plastic. You know what I mean? My brain is so, like, I don't even want to ponder about what I would really love to eat because I can't eat it. What would I like to eat that I could eat? Well, rice, maybe? I don't know. Like moon pies. We don't have those either. Or maybe we do have those, but I don't. Oh, wait, hold on. I have to say thank you. Remember your fucking manners, Paisley. Do. Sorry. That sounds good. That sounds delicious. You heard about a balanced diet once? I heard, if you're going to do 75 hard, you can do whatever you want. So if I decided that I was going to have cheeseburgers as my fucking diet, as long as I have cheeseburgers for 75 days, I'm still doing it. I don't want soup. Do I? No, not really. I made biscuits today. They were pretty good. I used lard. Cheaper than butter these days. Who would have thunk that? I usually so I go on weird food binges where I just eat the same thing over and over again. I don't know if it's an ADHD thing. I don't really know, but it's been something I've done my whole life. So I will binge on something for ever. And then I'll just be done and not eat it anymore. And I can name the phases I've gone through in my life of binge items where you eat the same thing. And then sometimes I'll revisit those items for a one night only. You know what I mean? Like this item is making a comeback for one night only. Paisley will go back to Subway and get the sandwich that she has ordered 800 times. Fletcher boy, that's so nice. In May, will I get this money in May? Yeah, at the end of May. First of all, I'm going to say thank you. This is like shaking your card out before you read it. That's inappropriate, Paisley. Thank you very much. Order pizzas. Why, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. An appropriate amount of time has gone by before I bitch and say, at the end of May next month, I will. That's why PayPal's amazing. If you want immediacy, PayPal is the way to go. Do Canadians call cookies biscuits or no? Okay. British Canadians, like my family, they might say, would you like a biscuit with your tea? They might mean a cookie. They more likely mean like a digestive biscuit. We talked about the digestive biscuits. In fact, I have a package. Oh no, did I throw it away? I threw it away. I had a package. I showed you them. But what I made today was flour, baking powder, lard, salt, sugar, milk. Mix, knead, press, cut, bake, eat. And see, that's actually a TikTok or like a short, but I can't think of making those in the moment just now. So Betty Crocker baking powder biscuits. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can still gamble, Christy. It should still work, doesn't it? Is Streamlabs asleep? Oh, for fuck's sakes! Not today, Streamlabs. Not today. Let's watch a show. I don't know why that would be broken though. Let's see. Let's continue. With this.
Yeah, because he didn't get fired his previous job. He left all on his own.
1 second, Mr. Moles. I'm debating with the state. If that's okay. Ms. Victoria Bryce, I need you to raise your right hand and tell me that your hand is in the air.
It's in the air.
Ms. Victoria Bryce, do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. You can put your hand down.
I know why. I changed the title of the stream afterwards, but I did it in YouTube instead of in StreamYard, which talks to Streamlabs. So the YouTube title of this is different than the StreamYard title of it. Also, if you're hearing chirps, I think those are actual birds outside my house. I have the door open.
Keith Moles, please raise your right hand and tell me that your hand is in the air.
Hands in the air.
Mr. Moles, do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. You put your hand down. Ms. Pinister, does the state have any other witnesses that they miss to be sworn?
No, we do not, Your Honor.
Okay, call your first witness.
Your Honor, if I may, offering the evidence, State's Exhibit A, there is an acknowledgement of paternity for the child Aspen.
Let me see if I can get that up on the screen. Ms. Bryce, I've just placed on the screen a copy of the alleged acknowledgement of paternity for the child Aspen. Is it okay if I look at this acknowledgement?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Same question, Mr. Moles. May I look at the acknowledgement for the child Aspen?
Yes, sir.
State's Exhibit A is admitted into evidence.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I'll call Ms. Bryce. Ms. Bryce, there's another child, Aria, that's subject to this suit as well, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And that child was born during your marriage to Mr. Moles. You guys are still married, and that child is born during the marriage, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You all are still married and no one is filed for divorce.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. With regards to the proposed child support review order that we're here for today, you're in agreement with conservatorship and visitation, and you were ordered to enroll the children in excuse me, Mr. Moles was going to provide health.
The judge seems to possibly dislike this lawyer even more than Miss Brown-Zito, who I saw in another court today, threw me totally off. But you're going to see what I mean here. Just wait.
Insurance through his employer for the children. Child support in the proposed order was set at $1,093.
Ms. Pinister,
Yes, Your Honor.
can you just go through the questions one at a time, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Miss Bryce, you're asking the court to confirm this child support review order.
Your child support review order is not evidence, Ms. Pinister.
Okay, I will go. Miss Bryce, the children primarily live with you,
Yes, ma'am.
and you make all the day-to-day decisions for the children?
Yes, ma'am.
How often does Mr. Moles visit with them?
Sometimes ever since he moved back, sometimes he comes every weekend, sometimes it's every other weekend.
Okay. So you're basically in agreement for him to have the standard possession?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have health insurance for the children through your employer?
No, ma'am. They're on Medicaid.
Okay. And that covers their dental as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Call your next witness.
I call Mr. Moles. Mr. Moles, when did you and Miss Bryce separate?
I'd say it was like October, November of 2021 or 2022.
Okay.
I think it was 2021.
And up until that time, you were actively parenting, co-parenting the children?
Yes, ma'am.
You attended doctor's appointments, school activities, and things like that?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to be a part of these children's lives?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're asking the court to appoint you as a joint managing servitor and order standard possession.
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you working, sir? Or let me ask you this, where are you currently employed?
I'm currently employed at Domino's, but I'm trying to get in the State Trooper Academy.
And how long have you been?
So that makes me want pizza even more. If you're just getting here, hi. Tell me what kind of pizza you like. Ooh, that's a good question. We have Domino's here. We also have Papa John's. We also have Pizza Hut. Hi, Christopher. Pizza. No, but here, K Crimson, you think that, but in fact, just wait till this story develops a little bit. You guys might change your little comments on that one. Like weird pizza, but you know what? You can have weird pizza if you want. You know, here's my weird pizza that I love. I'll tell it. I don't eat pizza with tomato sauce on it very much. I don't like tomato sauce. So barbecue sauce or white sauce or no sauce, just like garlic oil, then four cheeses, and then extra cheese. That sounds about right. That's it. Maybe some onions, maybe some pineapple if I'm feeling crazy.
Employed at Domino's?
Since I'd say about February 20th.
Where are you and how much do you make at Domino's?
Right now I'm making $10 an hour.
And you're working full time?
Yes, ma'am.
Is health insurance available to you through your employer, sir?
I don't believe so, but I can check up on that.
Do you have any other children?
No, ma'am.
Where were you working prior to you working at Domino's? So prior to February, where were you employed?
I was employed at International Paper.
And how long had you been employed there?
It was from May 1st up until February 13th, I believe was my last day.
Of 2024. So May 1st of 2023 through February of 2024.
Yes, ma'am.
And how much were you making when you were employed by International Paper?
It was $32 an hour.
Are we all still happy about him working at Domino's and being ambitious to go into the academy? $32 an hour. What is going on? When I was in Florida, I had some really good pizza with Miss Donna. I can't remember the place's name now, but I went and picked it up and brought it back for us. And it was so sweet because we had this moment where both of us were like, I think we should get 2 pizzas. I'm like, absolutely, because I'm going to eat a whole pizza. She's like, oh, good, because I'm going to eat a whole pizza too. I was like, perfect. We're on the same page. Oh, Chris, thank you so much. I love you too. It was such a good pizza. Oh my God. I'm going to say thank you properly. Okay. So $32 an hour down to $10 an hour. Nuts. But maybe he got fired, right? I don't think he got fired.
And what happened with that job, Mr. Moles?
I took the job just to try to gain experience because I graduated college, and then in a way for me to try to get back home to get closer to my daughters, I applied to be a state trooper, and my boss just took it the wrong way, and then it just seemed like he was trying to get rid of me.
When did you graduate college?
I graduated December of 2022.
Okay. And what is your degree in, Mr. Moles?
That's in instrumentation.
Okay. So from December of 2022 to May of 2023, when you
Instrumentation is the design, equipping, and/or use of measuring instruments in determining real-life conditions in a plant process as for observation, measurement, and control. Educational channel. Educationally fucked. Look at, I fucked that up, but here's the thing. We know that we're looking for the clip that says instrumentation. So we just gotta find that. God, I'm fucking you guys, I'm such an idiot. Okay, it was after this part. We're just gonna play from here.
$1 an hour.
and what happened with that job, Mr. Moles?
I took the job just to try to gain experience because I graduated college, and then in a way for me to try to get back home to get closer to my daughters, I applied to be a state trooper, and my boss just took it the wrong way, and then it just seemed like he was trying to get rid of me.
When did you graduate college?
I graduated December of 2022.
Okay. And what is your degree in, Mr. Moles?
That's in instrumentation.
Okay. So from December of 2022 to May of 2023, when you became employed with International Paper, did you work?
Yes, ma'am. I was working at Domino's.
Okay. So while you were and that's while you were in school.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you tried to seek any other employment in your field?
I'm still trying to seek employment. It's just really hard right now.
Okay. When's the last time that you applied for a job, I guess, at the plants?
I applied to ExxonMobil yesterday.
Okay. And you're asking the court to set guideline child support based on your current income of $10 an hour.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor. And if I may recall Miss Bryce.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Miss Bryce, you are not in agreement, or you think the child support order as presented should be approved by the court. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
You think that Mr. Moles is trying to avoid paying child support?
Yes, ma'am, because he didn't get fired from his previous job. He left all on his own.
And what personal knowledge do you have of that, ma'am?
Well, he told me.
And is your well, basically you believe he opposes paying the $1,000 for child support?
Yes, ma'am. I think he left that job just so he wouldn't have to pay as much.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Do you have any other witnesses?
I do not.
What is the state requesting in this case?
Your Honor, the state would ask, child support is based off of actual income. Mr. Moles at this time is working full-time at Domino's for $10 an hour.
Okay, so you're asking me to set child support based on $10 an hour, 40 hours a week?
That is the law, Your Honor. That would be a guideline order.
May I speak real quick?
1 second, Mr. Moles. I'm debating with the state, if that's okay.
Yes, sir.
Come on. And you don't think there's been any evidence whatsoever submitted, Ms. Pinster, that might lead the court to believe that Mr. Moles is voluntarily underemployed?
If the court would, Your Honor, weigh Ms. Bryce's testimony and reach that determination.
Did you quit your job, Mr. Moles, or did you get fired?
I did quit it. I never claimed to be fired, but
No.
as soon as I get another.
I guess that is a humble brag that he quit his job. I'd like to know that if the numbers from YouTube are to be believed, of the 7 people that are in here right now, 4 or 5 of them have channels. I find that hilarious. 3? No, wait, 3? Jonathan, me, Kay, Mikey, 4. Anyways, this case, what do you guys think? Do you think that he did this on purpose? This guy works at Domino's now, Mikey. He was making $32 an hour, and now he's making $10 an hour. And he didn't quit. Yeah, 66K. Can you imagine? There's literally 4 people in here now. That's crazy. Thanks for. Okay, it can't be right. 2 people? How many of you are going to confirm that there's just 2? That's confusing. What the fucking shit? 0. It's messing with me. This is weird.
Job, I have no problem with the child support being raised.
Right.
I'm not happy I'm at Domino's right now. I want to make more money to provide for my children.
Right. I don't have any or haven't heard any evidence, Mr. Moles, to the contrary. But you have to admit, Mr. Moles, from a judge's standpoint, it does look kind of hinky that, within 3 months after talking to the Attorney General's office about what your child support was going to be, you were no longer working at the position.
I 100% agree, but we did have a court date scheduled for January 18th. But
Sorry, John, I believe the video lagged,
Well, that's okay.
and it may be mine.
Yeah, that's okay. It's probably on my end. I don't have a very good internet connection in Orange County.
But we did have a court date scheduled for the 18th to do this, and I was still employed by International Paper at that time.
What happened to that court date, as far as you know, Mr. Moles?
It get iced over. It was whenever the ice came, so it got canceled.
Oh, okay. When did you actually lose your job? When did you actually quit your job at IP?
I put my 2 weeks in January. My last day was February 13th.
Okay.
But I do have a video of my employer admitting that he told me that he wanted me to keep searching for other jobs because I told him about.
Damn, Vicky, starting rumors? Wow. I guess when it's just me and you here, the 2 of us, although everybody feels like it's the 2 of us, I guess. This is crazy. But that would be crazy if it was Colin. I don't think this guy's name was Colin. I can't remember.
About the state trooper thing.
Right. And then, Mr. Moles, I don't want you to take this the wrong way. I'm not trying to stop you from bettering yourself or going into the State Trooper Academy. That's not my intention. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But your child support should really be closer to $1,000 a month based on your income. And for personal choices, and I'm not saying that we're not the right choices. I'm just saying for personal choices, now you're asking me to set the child support at 1/3 of that. And I'm just not sure that that's in the best interest of the girls.
I would happily pay the 1,000 if I was able to right now.
I'm sure. I mean, again, it's not a question of I'm not saying that you're a bad person, Mr. Moles. I'm not judging you as a bad person. I'm
Yes,
judging the
sir.
facts of my case. And the facts are you were working at a job making over $5,000 a month. And now you're working at a job where you're making a third of that. And now what I really need you to, and you have a degree in instrumentation, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, in 2 months, or, more than 2 months, it's actually pretty close to 2 months. I'm sorry. In 2 months since you lost your job at IP, how many times have you been out to the plants to try to apply for a job in your field?
Okay, this is definitely a boomer statement. Like, how many times have you knocked on doors or gone to different businesses to apply for jobs? Well, Nana, the plants don't let you walk in the door anymore. So, none, but I go to their websites. Yeah, I have no clue, Jay. I am not in charge of YouTube at all. YouTube daddy stuff, you know how it goes. I'm not even in charge of how many numbers I see. I'm just pretending like there's people here, but I do that every day. That's what my family believes. This would be just the fucking typical video for them to pick up and be like, so Paisley, we noticed that you were talking to a lot of people, but there wasn't really anybody watching. Oh, jeez.
Well, you can't really go to the plants; they won't let you in. But I've applied, I guarantee, at least 100 times.
Okay.
And since I got that job at International Paper, I kept applying because I didn't want to be in Dallas.
Right.
But it's just, I guess, just right now it's just hard to get in there.
All right. So you've gone to Texas Workforce and you've gone through their system to get your applications in for all the different plants for your instrument.
I didn't know about Texas Workforce. I've just been applying at company websites.
Okay. Well, what county do you live in, Mr. Moles?
Right now I'm in Orange County.
Okay. You plan to stay in Orange County?
Yes, sir.
How are you sure, Mikey? You don't know that. He could be working at Domino's, although he posts a lot. So I'm guessing no. But you don't know. Also, no, Donald, because I've never done LSD. So it's hard to have a flashback to LSD if you've never done it. Erica threatening to time people out on my channel, which I love. But remember, fight corner if you want to fight.
When you were working at International Paper, where were you working at International Paper?
That was in Waxahachie, Texas.
Okay. So south of Dallas.
Yes, sir.
Okay. When did you move back south?
It was when I moved back down here.
Right.
Yeah, that was in February.
Okay. The tough spot for me, Miss Bryce.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I kind of lean toward you, Miss Bryce, and I think I ought to set child support at $1,000 a month. But I do clearly have plain evidence that Mr. Moles is only making the $10 an hour, 40 hours a week. That's
Yes, sir. I know. And I don't want to put him in a tough spot, but I work at a daycare for the girls so that our girls can go there for free as long as I work there. So
Hi, Hector. Nice to see you. Well, nice to see you. He gets fake numbers the other direction. I was wondering how that happened. I would like some numbers. No, I don't worry that much about the numbers. Although I'll say I was a little perplexed. I was like, wow, there was like 49 people in here. And then something happened. I was like, did a world event maybe take place? I don't worry too much about it though. It was but Erica, crazy thing is they all liked the video. That's the weirder part. And there's 0 people in here now, Jonathan. We have bigger problems than freaking Streamlabs. I'll tell you that. There's 0 people watching me, apparently. But that's not true, Paisley. It's not true. Just don't tell the doctors that.
Only make $8 an hour, and
Right.
just with $300 a month in child support, that's just not enough for us.
I don't disagree with you.
But what do you guys think? Do you think he should charge him based on Domino's wages or based on his other wages? Ugh. I thought you meant sub sandwiches. I was like, oh, yeah, I could do with a sandwich, Mikey. I think Mikey's could do it. Or Mikey. Sandwiches could do it. I'm being shadow banned, maybe. Is that how that works? I don't even know. Also, Texas workforce is a pretty good plan, I think, for people to get jobs. And he's really employable. He has a college degree, experience. Seems like he's willing to work if he's making pizza. Ed, I love it when people spell my name wrong. I'm always intrigued as to how this one is. So, Passily. Your whole YouTube career has been an illusion in your head, and it's time to face reality. Why does this feel like an intervention that my family would give me?
So, Mr. Moles, you said that you've applied to state trooper school, but you haven't been admitted yet?
I took the math test and the reading test
When?
Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday?
Yeah, but my physical will
last
be
week?
scheduled for so my physical will be scheduled for September.
Okay, that's too far off.
But the academy, if I got in, wouldn't start until January.
Yeah, that's
But
what
I'm still trying to find plant jobs. I'll happily like work in the plants
I'm
until the academy.
I'm gonna put you in choices, Mr. Moles. You ain't gonna have a choice.
Yes, sir.
And choices is the program through Texas Workforce. They're gonna help you get back into the plants.
I'd love to get back in, man.
All right, well, that's what we're gonna do. Anything further in this case, Ms. Pinister?
Your Honor, the guidelines that I calculated, if the court were to order Miss Bryce to enroll the children in a governmental plan, order cash medical at $75 a month,
That's
the
too high.
guidelines.
Yeah.
Okay.
50 for
50.
cash. He only making he only makes $10 an hour.
You talking about me have no illusions in my head? I don't. Now this is getting out of control with all of the fucking spelling. You guys are hilarious. Oh, I love it all. You silly. Nobody break me. Nobody's breaking me. I was gonna cut this out. I didn't. Oh, I keep my illusions in my pocket because I don't have them in my head. Oh, you guys. also I left this part in. That's what I was gonna say. I left this part in because of his face. I was gonna take it out. I timed it too. And then I was just like, you know what? This is integral to the Judge Webster experience. So I will indeed leave this in.
Child support will be $375
Thank you.
and court costs, Your Honor, by
Yeah.
October.
October 31st, yes.
Okay.
All right. Ms. Bryce, I told you at the start of this hearing, is there anything else that you think I need to know about the case before I make a ruling?
I mean, I just really feel like he tried to get out of paying for the child support because he wasn't fired from that job. He left on his own. And I
Yes.
don't understand why he couldn't stay at that job until he found a job that he wanted that was down here closer by.
Sure.
I just really feel like he was trying to get out of paying.
And you may be absolutely correct, Ms. Price, okay? But I am going to force him into the choices program. That'll help him get a better job.
Yes, sir.
And this case can be revisited in a month if the AG's office finds proof that the income is drastically increased, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Moles, you got any questions or comments about this case before I make a ruling?
No, sir.
All right. The court's going to find the court's jurisdiction. The court's going to find based on the testimony of the parties. It's certainly in the children's best interest to name the parties as joint managed conservators of the two children, with the mother as the parent with the right to establish the primary residence of the children. Mr. Moles will have visitation at any and all times mutually agreed to by the parties. If no mutual agreement, then standard possession. I'm going to order Ms. Bryce to maintain the current health insurance that she has on the children. Mr. Moles is going to pay child support based on minimum wage presumption. My calculations with the help of the Attorney General's office is $375 per month in child support plus $50 a month in cash medical. Those payments beginning May 1st of 2024. Court costs by Mr. Moles due October 31st of 2024. And I am ordering Mr. Moles into the NCP Choices program.
And that was it. But don't worry, we have another hearing tonight. Just give me 1 second. It will creed frame while I get this ready. You're not allowed to be grumpy. Wait. You guys are making me laugh too. You're trying to stay in your grumpy zone? Sorry, that's not going to be easy here today. Also, again, I'm just, there's a couple. Okay. Oh my God. I think placenta and paprika. Check my DMs when I can. Who's sliding into my DMs, Erica? You? Hey, girl. Okay, hold on.
All right, this court's going to call cause number 230351-D. This is in the 260th District Court of Orange County, Texas.
No, Judge, you're gonna have to wait a minute. Hold on. Hold on. So we are back. Oh, for fuck's sakes, Paisley. I will in a second, by the way, Erica. You dead merkin up the chimney that's haunting us. Oh God. Kickstarters on their vibrators or for a vibrator. Both of those would work. But Julia, you're killing me. Okay, so this case is interesting as well, all two of you. Because, and did somebody say this is happening to everybody? Because that's good. Erica's sliding in my DM. CRD's heat. CRD loves tea. Snitching on how many people are watching without liking? That would be interesting. I doubt it. You know that's not how that goes. Because I know you all clocked in for your shift. Damn it. It's happening on all lives. Oh, perfect. I'm not even special. Great. Not even special. Oh, also the first 2 minutes of this video are going to be a little robot-y, okay? Deal with it. We're in the future. Pumpkin, ignore them. Oh my god, I'm going to have to go back tonight and gather all of the names.
And it's in the interest of Delilah, Dana. Miss Heaven Shouse, please raise your right hand and tell me that your hand is in the air.
It's in the air.
Miss Shouse, do you solemnly swear the testimony that you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I swear.
Thank you, ma'am. You put your hand down. Mr. Dana, please raise your right hand. Tyler, Dana, do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. You can put your hand down. Ms. Penister, are you handling this case for state?
I am, Your Honor.
Do you have any other witnesses besides the parties?
I do not.
All right. Call your first witness.
I'll call Mr. Dana. Mr. Dana, your daughter Delilah, is it, lives with you now?
Yes, ma'am.
How long has she been in your possession?
Close to 4 years now, I'd say.
And how did she come to live with you?
There was some things that went on in her mom when she was in her mom's custody that led to me getting pretty much full custody of her.
Okay. How often has Miss Shouse visited with Delilah since you had her?
One time.
Okay. Do you have concerns about her being alone with the child?
Yes.
And what's the nature of those concerns?
Mainly just like I don't know who she would be around with because of the last incident.
Okay. And basically, Miss Shouse has another child, and there was some abuse or some harm to that child, and your daughter Delilah was present at the time as well.
Yes, I believe so.
Do you have concerns for Delilah's safety, sir?
Yeah.
Do you have any personal knowledge of whether or not Miss Shouse has physically harmed the child?
Not any personal knowledge of her harming the child, just people she is around.
Okay, what can you tell the court what happened or what you know to have happened?
Not unless he has personal knowledge of it, he can't.
Do you know what happened or your own personal
Yeah.
knowledge, sir, of why the child was placed with you?
So a few years ago, apparently Heaven met this guy, and I believe it was
What,
a couple of months into her knowing him or meeting him or something. I was told she moved into an apartment
Mr.
with
Dana,
him.
Mr.
and
Dana, oh, I got it, Ms. Penister. Mr. Dana, how do you know this information? Where did you learn it from?
The CPS workers.
Did she tell you this information?
Yes.
Yeah, that's hearsay. Go ahead, Ms.
Yeah.
Penister. Mr. Dan, you're not allowed to give me information that somebody else told you, okay? Because that doesn't give Ms. Schaus the right to cross-examine it.
Okay.
There's rules in the court, in my court about evidence and civil procedure. You just can't come in and tell me what somebody else told you, because I don't have any way to verify whether or not that information is true.
I mean, if I look in my documents and stuff, I could find the paperwork that says what the actual reason was.
Okay, so you have documentation then from Child Protective Services about allegations of abuse.
Yes.
What is the allegation of abuse?
The guy, Tristan Turk, I believe his name was, burnt and put Delilah and Liberty in in hot water in the
Okay.
bathtub.
And did Child Protective Services investigate this allegation?
Yes.
And did they make a final finding as far as what they found?
Yes.
And what was the finding?
That he was guilty to doing it, and
And
they
did they
tested
press
his water.
did they press criminal charges against this man for doing that? I mean, that's clearly
Not,
abuse.
I'm not 100% sure how far they went into it. They just told me that stuff and said that they were seeing what they could do all about it, and
Well,
then
Mr.
told me
Dan,
I needed to get
Mr.
my
Dan,
daughter.
Mr. Dan, I didn't ask you what they told you, okay? I asked you what your the official findings were from Child Protective Services. Do you
I'd
know?
have,
You don't.
I'd, I'd
If you
have to
don't know
look, 'cause
whether or
it's
not
been
they filed
years.
criminal charges against him, then that's fine too. If you don't know, you don't know. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look because it's been years since it's happened.
All right. And then Child Protective Services asked Ms. Schaus to place Delilah with you.
Yes, I
And
believe so.
did Ms. Schaus agree to place Delilah with you?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. Did they create something called a safety plan for you and Ms. Schaus to sign?
Not 100% sure.
Did Child Protective Services actually file a lawsuit and remove Delilah from Ms. Schaus legally in court?
Like I don't believe we went to court over it. No.
Okay, so Child Protective Services took no legal action in regards to this case, as far as you know.
I think, I really can't remember. I can't remember.
Okay, well, for the record, Mr. Dana, for Child Protective Services to actually do something like that, they would have to file a lawsuit. And then the police would come to Ms. Schaus's house and physically remove Delilah from Ms. Schaus and put the child in foster care. And then Child Protective Services would reach out to you, Mr. Dana. Hold on, Ms. Schaus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't interrupt me, please.
Yes, sir.
This is the problem when Child Protective Services gets in the middle of cases involving children. They have a rule, and the rule is, we just want the children to be safe. And once the child is safe, then Child Protective Services gets out of the case. But they don't give the parents any further direction on what they're supposed to do. So I'm assuming that Child Protective Services has never filed a lawsuit. Ms. Pinister, did Child Protective Services file a removal of this child from Ms. Schaus?
From my understanding, no, Your Honor.
Okay, so no legal action has ever been taken in regards to this Child Protective Services case, as far as you know, Ms. Pinister.
That's correct, Your Honor. None was taken.
This is very important to me, Mr. Dan, because it makes a big difference on how I can rule on a case, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. So go ahead, Ms. Pinister. I think I've got to the bottom of that part of the case. Thank you.
And Mr. Dana, so you're asking for the court to appoint you sole managing conservator and to order supervised visitations for Ms. Schaus,
Yes.
based on your concerns. Does Ms. Schaus know where you and the child reside?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any concerns with her coming to pick up the child from your home?
Yes.
And what are those concerns, sir?
Well, from last experience that happened, didn't get to see my daughter or hear from my daughter,
get pictures from my daughter or anything. Last time when we first split up, she just took off and moved out of town 7 hours away. Wouldn't tell me where she was, who she was around, or anything. And I don't
Well,
want that to happen again.
okay. Has there been any threats of harm or threats that she would take the child and not return her as agreed? Well, let me, when she saw the child a year or so ago, did she take the child from your home?
I let her go to her mother. Yes.
And this is the maternal grandmother. When you say her mother, the maternal grandmother?
Yes, ma'am. Heaven Charles.
Did he say Heaven Chubbs? Heaven Chubbs? Parasol. I'm fucking dying laughing here.
And yes, she has threatened me with seeing Delilah several times.
Okay.
But this was before, all this happened, and I ended up getting full custody, or like Delilah coming to live with me.
Well, I'm only talking from the time that she came to live with you.
Yeah.
Has there been any threats or physical harm to yourself or the child?
No.
Okay. Do you have medical or dental coverage for the child currently, sir?
No.
And the prior order would also modify an obligation of yours. You were ordered in the prior order from 2017 to pay cash medical of $115 a month. You would want the court to give you some possession credit because the child has been with you. Is that correct?
Yes, that'd be nice.
You do understand that there is an amount of money that we'd ask the court to grant a judgment for of $613.66.
Yes.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, you can call your next witness.
I'll call Ms. Schaus.
Okay, time to hear from Mom. Also, time to thank you for sticking that out with me. I don't know how many of you were here, but wasn't that a fun little YouTube wave to ride? Fun, right? This is why I like doing this. Keep you on your toes.
You're on mute, Ms. Schaus. Okay. To your knowledge, when did Delilah? Can you hear me, Ms. Schaus?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes. When did, to your recollection, did Miss or Delilah go to live with Mr. Dana?
So I'm sorry to backtrack a little bit. Before the CPS thing happened, she was already down there visiting him.
Okay. So she was there at the time.
Yes, visiting him. And then like it was the day after that she had left that the accident had happened.
Okay. And you acknowledge there was an incident bathing a child that's not before the court.
Yes, ma'am.
And is that child live with you now, Ms. Schaus?
No, ma'am.
Were your rights terminated to that child?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are you employed, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Where do you currently work?
I work at Walmart.
And how much do you make an hour?
$17.11.
You working full time, 40 hours a week?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have health insurance through your employer?
On myself, no.
Okay. Will you be able to add this child to your health insurance?
Now you're making me hungry. What were those called that you sent? Pulparindos. Pulparindos. They're so delicious. So delicious. I want them. I want more. And you know what? Here's the thing. You and I know, because probably amongst us, we've watched enough CPS or court, right? But we're the minority of people. the judge over here, has watched enough court too, or participated in the fact that he knows, bitch, they don't just fucking take away your kid for no reason. There is a big process that goes along with it. Now, to some people that get their kids removed by CPS, they do feel like they were sort of railroaded, etc. But having watched many harrowing CPS cases before, that used to be my jam. By myself, watching fucking Texas CPS all day long. It was nuts. Some of the stuff. Anyways, the whole point is that I think what she's going to say coming up here isn't going to ring very true for us. This is what I'm going to say.
Yes, ma'am, I will.
To a health insurance plan provided by your employer?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know the cost of it?
68
Okay.
every 2 weeks.
$68 every 2 weeks.
Yes, ma'am.
And what about dental coverage? Is that available?
Yes. And that's about $6 every 2 weeks as well.
$6 every 2 weeks for the dental. Do you, and when's the last time you saw Delilah?
It was probably when was it? About a year ago.
And you want to have a relationship with your daughter, Miss Schaus?
Yes, I do.
Prior to her being with Mr. Dana, were you the primary caretaker?
Yes, I was.
Do you have you tried to attend any school activities or, find out about medical appointments and things like that? Do you communicate with Mr. Dana about those issues?
No, ma'am. With the school stuff, I live quite a bit of ways away. I had actually planned on moving down there once I had gotten like a vehicle and everything. That way I could be closer to her.
But you would want the court to order you guys joint managing conservators and that you have a standard possession order.
Anything as long as I can see my kid.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Call your next witness.
State has no other, Your Honor.
Did you calculate child support based on the income, Ms. Penister? Because I can't in Orange County. I don't have the bandwidth to do it.
I did, Your Honor, but it was some different numbers. I'll go back through it. I did at $66 and $5. The testimony was 68 and 6. So I'll go back.
I do. The medical should be 125 because that's every 2 weeks. And then the dental should be 15 because that's also every 2 weeks.
Okay.
And I think Ms. Schaus said that she makes $17 and some change an hour.
He's adjusting it for you because
that's $29.65 gross monthly. And came up with 477, Your Honor. Or 478, 477.
Thank you. And
I cut approximately 2 minutes out of that, by the way. No humming. He didn't hum at all. Yeah. I have a really good booze recipe.
lastly, Ms. Penister, I was confused about the judgment. So according to the prior court order, the only support that Mr. Dana was ordered to pay was medical support.
Yes, Your Honor. There was no child support ordered in that order.
And you're asking me to grant a judgment for how much and as of what dates?
$613.67. as of April 16th.
Give me the figures one more time.
Yes, sir. $613.67 as of April 16th.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Pinster.
Yes.
Ms. Schaus, so you had another dependent, another child, correct?
Yes, sir.
And your rights were terminated to that child. That's also correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you do that through voluntary agreement with Child Protective Services?
No, sir. They had me doing parenting classes towards the end, and I didn't complete the last two due to work, and they said that's why they terminated my rights.
Okay, well, they can't terminate your rights without a trial, so you didn't show up for court when you were supposed to?
We did have the whole entire trial. It was the parenting classes is what they said that got me because I didn't finish them, so that
And where do you live, Ms. Schaus? What county?
Brown,
And where is that?
Brownwood, Texas.
Oh, Brownwood. So you live way down south.
Yes, sir.
That's a long way from here. And you don't have a vehicle?
No, sir. When me and my ex broke up, he kept everything, so I'm kind of starting back over.
Okay.
My dad, he'll bring me down there until I can get
Okay.
being situation figured out though.
Okay. Because I mean, that's what you're gonna have to do, right? I mean, Mr. Dan, the child Delilah is currently living in Orange County. Is that correct?
We currently live in Jefferson County, but we're about to we're looking for another house back in Orange County because we'd rather be over there.
Have you always lived in this area, Mr. Dana?
Yes, sir. I moved to Orange County in 2009 and stayed there pretty much my whole life.
And Delilah has been back in at least this area ever since you took possession from Child Protective Services?
Yes, sir.
And how long ago was that again, Mr. Dana?
I believe it was 2017.
Okay, so you said it was 4 years, but it's actually been 7 years.
Or no. 2017 was our court stuff when all the CPS stuff got involved with Delilah and me and Heaven. So it's been about 2020.
Okay, so it's
somewhere
between 3 and 4 years Delilah's been back in my area.
Yes.
All right. And in that 4-year span, Mr. Dana, you said that Ms. Schaus has only seen the child one time that you know of?
Yes, sir.
And that was last year?
Yes, sir.
And did the child go to Ms. Schaus's parents' home somewhere and they exercised visitation that way, or what happened?
They came to my house under my supervision because I didn't want anything to happen or anything to go wrong.
Okay. Well, but that's been the only time she's had any contact with Delilah since Child Protective Services put Delilah in her house?
No, she does video call Delilah every now and then.
Okay.
So whenever she gets a chance, like I let her talk to her daughter, whenever.
You understand, Mr. Dana, that I have to get visitation started again.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my God, this child was born on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, she was born at 12:13 in the morning.
I'm sorry, Miss Schaus, I can't hear you when you're crying.
So sorry. She was born at 12:13 in the morning on New Year's Day.
Okay, well, that's not what this says. This says she was born on 12/31, so that would have been New Year's Eve.
He was trying to be sweet, and then she fucking ruined it, and also doesn't understand the difference between New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. It did escalate quickly, right? Like, he started out so nice, and I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to bring them together. Oh my God, this child was born on New Year's Eve. I mean, you can say that on it for any reason, right? And then he was savage. I remember I was like, that's what I said out loud. when I heard him say that. I was like, savage, Judge, absolutely savage.
Oh my God, this child was born on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, she was born at 12:13 in the morning.
I'm sorry, Miss Shouse, I can't hear you when you're crying.
So sorry. She
Did
was
you
born
say-
at 12:13 in the morning on New Year's
Uh-huh.
Day.
Okay, well, that's not what this says. This says she was born on 12/31, so that would have been New Year's Eve. But either way,
She was born on 12/31 at 12:13 a.m.
okay.
Sorry, that part cracks me up because
It's not funny, lady. Are you talking? Can you hear sirens in the background? Is that why you're saying that? I live near a main thoroughfare. I don't know what you call it. There's only 2 hospitals in my city, and yeah, I live near a busy intersection, so you can hear the ambulances and stuff going by. Oh, also, I live near like emergency management headquarters for the island, so which is great because it means that our power is always fixed first.
it's such a funny number.
But she's also 8 years old, almost 9.
Yes.
I'm not talking about a baby here. I'm talking about a child that can talk and tell stuff. Right, Mr. Dana?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I don't think there was anything other than when I got when I got Delilah, because she was there when the stuff happened with that guy. And
It's okay,
then
Mr. Dana. I can't go back 4 years and
yeah,
make things right.
yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
okay, yeah, you asked.
I'm gonna give a phased-in visitation schedule, Mr. Dana. If you can't figure out that the child's gonna be safe in the next year and a half, then you're probably gonna have to hire an attorney and try to fix the visitation, okay?
Okay, I know she's safe with me, so.
Well, I understand that, Mr. Dana, but you're not the only parent.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why I want her mom to be involved because I want my kids to have what I didn't have.
Right.
So
Well, I'm gonna give Miss Shouse the opportunity to be a parent. Now, whether or not she's able to exercise, it's another story, but I am gonna give her the rights.
yeah.
All right. Ms. Shouse, is there anything else that you think I need to know about this case before I make a ruling?
No, sir.
All right, the court's gonna find what is jurisdiction. The court's gonna find that there has certainly been a material substantial change of circumstance. And Delilah is no longer living in the home of the mother. Delilah is living in the home of the father. And therefore custody has to be changed. Due to the findings in this course, I'm going to find that it is not in Delilah's best interest to name the parties as joint managing conservators. Mr. Dana will be named as the sole managing conservator. Ms. Shouse will be named as the possessory conservator. There are facts that have been agreed to in this case that require that I name the parties as sole and possessory. I'm going to order Mr. Dana to maintain or at least get some health insurance on. Oh, wait, I think the mother says she has it through her employer. I'm going to order the mother to carry the health insurance through her employer. I gave her credit for $125 for the health insurance and $15 for the dental. I'm going to set child support based on the information that she gave at $450 a month, $450 a month, Ms. Penniston, beginning
Yes, sir.
May 1st of 2024. One second, I need to make a note. I'm going to order, the visitation is going to be a phased in visitation schedule. There's going to be 6 visits at each phase, Mr. Penniston. That'll be 6 visits supervised by the father or someone that the father elects. That'll be followed by 6 unsupervised visits for a half a day. That'll be followed by 6 unsupervised visits for the day. That'll be followed by 6 one-night overnight visits starting at Saturday at 6 and ending at Sunday at 6. When that last set of phased-in visitation schedule is completed, then Ms. Schaus may have standard possession. If Ms. Schaus does all of the visitations the way I've defined them, then it will take her approximately 3 months to do each phase, which would be 12 months for Mr. Dana to be able to watch and maintain and make sure that Delilah is going to be safe when the child that goes off unfettered with Miss Dana, with Miss Schaus, I'm sorry. And that way it'll give Mr. Dana an opportunity to hire an attorney and change my visitation schedule if he thinks that's in Delilah's best interest. But if the visitations are going well and Miss Schaus is doing what I've asked her to do, then she will be able to exponentially increase her visitation over the next 12 months and be back to Delilah's life full time. Court costs in this case are due by Ms. Schaus, but I'll give her till October 31st of 2024 to pay the court cost. I will make a finding that Mr. Dana is behind in the medical support and find that as of April the 16th of 2024, he owes $613.67. That'll be paid back at a rate of $20 a month, beginning May the 1st of 2024. Does that take care of all the issues in this case before me today, Ms. Pinister?
It does, Your Honor. Oh, well, and the was a request for non-disclosure.
No, that's denied. You don't have any evidence of anything in 2 years.
Okay,
I think that's still the law, isn't it, Ms. Pinister?
that is, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay.
So the non-disclosure has to be denied. Mr. Dana, I'm required by law to put your address in my court order. It's an order involving a child. And so all parents are required to put their addresses in my court order unless there is a history of family violence or domestic abuse in the last 24 months. Okay.
Okay.
And you said that there hadn't been any issues in the last 24 months. You've had very little contact with Ms. Schaus during that period of time, correct?
Yes.
All right. So I'm required, by law, I'm required to put your address in my court order. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, Mr. Dana, I have given you the right to elect someone else to supervise the visits for you if you wish to do so. So if you feel comfortable with someone that's a member of Ms. Schaus's family that's local to you, doing the supervising, feel free to do that. If not, then you supervise them yourself. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Dana, do you have any questions about my ruling today?
No, sir.
All right. Ms. Schaus, do you have any questions about my ruling today?
No, sir.
All right, y'all, what's going to happen now is Ms. Pinister's office is going to prepare a court order for me. If it matches what I said here today, I'm going to sign it and get it back to them. Then they're going to make a copy of it and send it to each of you, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, I wish you both the best of luck.
There we have it. Oh, get out of my face. Get out of my face. Thanks so much for being here, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed those videos. My green screen's going on. What's going on? That's a weird noise outside the house. Anyways, that's probably a beaver or the internet moose acting up again. If you would like, and you missed it at the beginning, there's a video I've already posted on the channel about the TPO violation. Go watch that. Leave a comment. Leave a like. I will be posting both of these videos that we just watched on the channel today, a little bit later, like once I'm done here, and I figure out what to eat. Bluebell is doing well. Bluebell is a big sister now. She has her baby brother Plaid in the house, KT. So Bluebell is doing well, but she is, I can't believe nobody said Plaid as the name. Oh, my God, my hair is a mess today. Anyways, you guys, I think Creed and Mikey made a little bit of fun of me today. I don't know that Creed knew what he was doing. I don't know if Mikey even knew, but anyways, please remember that I love you. I'm proud of you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. so that nobody either confirmed or denied if my sister baby. I don't know why she's being like that. Secondly, she did, but the baby's name is not really Plaid, but that is what we will call the baby on the channel because I'm not allowed to talk about the baby. So his name is Plaid. Just to be clear, in case she watches. All right. I love you guys. Bye.